when you look at what you've created, or look at where you are right now, how has technology changed from when you first started, when you were doing your first TV show, to now? Like, how has that shaped what you do, or how has it changed the way you do what you do?
I mean, nothing that I'm going to say is going to be news to anyone, I don't think. But it's, it's a double-edged sword. I mean, on the one hand, it's an incredible and terrific thing that we can make and do anything. But it's sort of like, the psychologist Barry Schwartz calls it the paradox of choice. When you can do everything, when you have so much to choose from, a lot of times you're paralyzed and you can't choose anything. And so on the one hand, it's great because we have the ability to do and see and make anything. So the question becomes, what are you going to do? And for me, the thing I'm most fascinated by in terms of the technology of it all is the immediate consensus of the audience, that you hear very quickly, I mean, real time, what people are thinking about things. But what's really cool is, what you see is this kind of deconstruction of what happened in the writer's room. So for example, on a TV show, you're in the room, you're working on ideas, you're coming up with stories, and inevitably someone goes, ooh, and they have this idea. And they pitch the idea, and the room kind of goes, oh yeah, and everyone kind of gets, that's the thing you're going to follow, right? So you work on that idea, and it's that kind of dopamine rush of the thrill. And you work on that, and then of course you get into all the practicality of actually doing it and making it work, and all the things of casting and directing and editorial, and you pray it all comes together. But then weeks go by, in some cases months, and then all of a sudden it's on the air, and you start to see what the results are, what people are thinking as they're posting their thoughts on the online. And what's incredible is you see literally the exact same experience in reverse. For the viewer, is what happened in the writer's room. And it's kind of what you realize is you're transferring the chills. And that feeling you get when you go, ooh, I got the chills, that idea, I got goosebumps, that's a great idea. That process, and it goes through that whole crazy practicality process of actually making it. But when it gets there, it's amazing how often the things that people react to are literally the exact experience you had in the room when the idea was either pitched or you had it and you pitched it. And so I think that the answer to the question of how technology changed is clearly we can do infinitely more things now than we could ever do when we did Alias, and like every country she went to was always Burbank. We had no budget to go anywhere.
A lot of trouble in Burbank.
Yeah, oh my God, you have no idea. But it was amazing, like when you look at what we can do in terms of visual effects now, it kills me. It's very exciting, the idea of what's possible. But the question of what you should do with it, to me, is the key. And I think that the only litmus test I know is try to do things that actually give you the chills and use the technology to sort of try and transfer that feeling to the audience.